You're working on the weekend again, bro? You can't be serious. The construction company must be really low wages if you can't earn enough without working 6 days a week. Now that I've graduated and I'm working for a major corporation, I plan on making sure my career is a success. That's why I went to college after all. I really don't want to end up like you, dropping out of high school for work. You lost the rat race before you even started.
Oh, don't mind my feelings, Harry. Just say whatever you want. I get you think that I'm a loser for working in a construction company. I'm only working weekends at the moment because it's a busy time of year. Actually, there's been a lot of economic growth in our area in recent years, and the construction industry is doing really well. We have a lot of business at the moment, so I'm actually getting paid really well.
Yeah, sure, Damien. Well, even if you are getting paid well, it doesn't change the fact that you come home covered in dust and stinking of sweat every day.
Hey, you can't talk to me like that. Who do you think paid for you to go to that fancy college?
I don't know. Didn't you get some money from the insurance when mom and dad died? How many times do I have to hear this story? You've already told me.
Then why don't you remember? I told you we didn't get that much money from the insurance. I've even given you copies of the insurance documents. Haven't you even looked at them once?
Am I earning money by looking at some old insurance documents? I don't think so. If I have time to do that, I'd rather be going to the gym or something. It's not like checking old insurance documents is going to earn you a college degree either. I suggest that you forget about the past, yeah?
You're completely missing the point.
I'm not even texting to talk about money. I don't know how we got onto this.
What, do you have something that you want to talk about? I just assumed you were in the mood to annoy me about my job.
No, I have news actually. You're gonna lose your mind. Caitlin and I are getting married.
What? You're getting married? Do you mean that Caitlin that you brought over one time a few months ago? Didn't she go to your high school? I thought you guys lost touch after university. She's the one you always said was unattainable, right?
Yeah, you remember meeting her. We didn't stop to say hi for very long. You had just got back from work. How do you know that she went to my high school, though? I don't think I told you that.
I might be 8 years older than you, but one of her cousins was in my class in high school. So I don't know Caitlin, but I know the family.
Oh, right. Well, do you know that her dad is a big landowner around here? He owns a bunch of farms and some of the land out by the highway and stuff. Caitlin's gonna inherit his business. She just graduated from business school, actually.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I know how much land her dad owns. So I guess she's gonna inherit a lot of property, and the question is, will she be running her dad's business by herself, or will she want help from her husband? I guess whatever happens, the guy who marries her will have a lot of responsibility for the family business.
That's right, and that's me. I'm the guy she's marrying. I'll probably have to quit my job at some point to work at her dad's company. So anyway, I just wanted to say, I won't be seeing you anymore.
What do you mean you won't be seeing me? Why would you say that?
You know, man, if I'm marrying money, it'll be embarrassing for me to have a brother around who didn't even graduate high school. What if the family thinks that you're gonna try to leech off of them or something? I would be mortified.
You're embarrassed of me?
It's one of the reasons I want to marry Caitlin, actually. I feel like if I carry on as part of your family, I'll always be poor. You hold me back. I just want to get out of the poverty mindset that you have. That's why I moved out straight after I graduated. And that's why I think that we should cut ties.
We haven't even been that poor. Only for the first few years after mom and dad died when I was on a really low wage and we had to buy so much stuff for school. By the time that you were in junior high, we were doing just fine.
That's not it though. I mean, when you dropped out of high school and started working, your career path was basically decided. You'll always be doing unskilled, low-income jobs. You're never going to be successful. That is not my future.
Don't say any of this to your future father-in-law. You know I don't think that he finished high school either.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. When I'm married to Caitlin, I'm gonna be part of one of the richest families in the area. I'll have a completely different lifestyle. Cars, clothes, everything.
If you're around with your trashy construction job and people know that you're my brother, they'll think that you're a gold digger and probably me too. Aren't you, though? Aren't you just marrying her because she's rich? Do you actually like her? Oh, never mind. I know you've been looking down on me for a while. It's just disappointing. You were only 8 years old when our parents died. I've spent so many sleepless nights worrying about how I'm supposed to support you. Can't you appreciate all the effort that I've gone through to give you the life that you have now? If I hadn't done that, there's no way that you'd be marrying a rich property mogul's daughter. You make it sound like I didn't do anything for myself. I didn't ask you to do all of that for me. You could have just let our grandparents take care of us, couldn't you? You refused to move in with them and finish high school. That's why you had to do it all by yourself. Our grandparents? Have you been meeting up with them? That sounds like something those people might say. They're our only relatives. I don't understand why I should avoid them. You say you're the one who paid for me to go to college and everything, but Grandpa told me you got plenty of money from Mom and Dad's life insurance. Oh, he said that? Well, obviously, if you believe what that man says, you'll never listen to what I have to say about it. I told you to not get involved with your grandfather. He only turns up when it suits him and when he can use you for his own benefit. He has never done anything that wasn't in his own interest, okay? This is important, Harry. That's why I refuse to live with him. He's not such a great guy. You can say what you want right now, but I've decided I don't want anything more to do with you. I see. I did have something that I wanted to discuss with you about what's going to happen in the future, but I guess you're not going to listen to me. Of course not. Grandpa said it was usually best to ignore anything you said. He said you have a tendency to make things up. And since I'm marrying into money, I thought this would be a good opportunity to leave my old life and you behind forever. Fine. Goodbye then. Don't you come near me ever again, okay? You can't come asking for money and stuff. You know that, right? Sure, got it. Goodbye, loser.
Damien, what are you doing now? Can you talk?
Is it about what we were talking about the other day?
No, it's something else this time. I just wondered, have you heard the news about your brother getting married?
Yeah, he messaged me about it a week ago. Why? Did you hear something about it? You're Caitlin's cousin, aren't you?
Yeah, well, technically I'm her second cousin. My dad is her dad's cousin, but we're not close. I just thought I should let you know. I've been hearing some weird stuff from my dad about the marriage.
Oh, really? Like what?
I'll just come out with it, okay? I think there's some kind of plan behind it. Your grandparents are involved, and it seems like they're using your brother.
Oh man, are you serious?
Your brother was out drinking at a bar with his friends the other day, and I just happened to be there with my friend Melissa. Your brother was drunk, and he started talking pretty loudly about the whole thing. I don't want to go into details over text, so do you think you'd have time to meet up with me? We could go for coffee and talk about it.
Okay, sure.
Are you free this Saturday?
Yeah, just let me know a place and time and I'll come and meet you.
Okay. I'll message you again later to let you know.
Thanks.
Hey, Damien. Thanks for meeting up with me today.
Hey, Emily, it's no problem. I'm sorry my family is such a pain in the backside. Thanks for helping out.
It's not your fault. You don't have to apologize. I just wanted to let you know what was going on. I don't think Caitlin's dad is going to let them get away with this. I think they're probably planning to catch them out somehow. I thought if I could talk to you about it, you might be able to help your brother. I think he's probably just being manipulated by your grandparents.
Yeah, but he really doesn't want to help. It's like I told you, he cut all ties with me and he won't even listen to me at all. I don't think I have any choice but to let him deal with the consequences. I am not going to interfere. He's an adult and this is the only way he'll understand.
Okay. I wish there was more we could do. Anyway, this all means we'll have to speed up our other plans. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, I understand. I'll pack up my stuff quickly so that I'm ready to move house.
Damien, pick up the phone. You know something, don't you? Answer me.
What is it, Harry? I thought that we weren't family anymore. You cut me out of your life, didn't you?
There's no time for arguing about that now. My engagement was called off.
What's that? Does that mean you're not marrying Caitlin anymore?
Yes, that's exactly what it means. I know you didn't go to high school, but surely you understand English. Are you telling me you don't know what's going on? I thought you knew. Ugh, I need your help.
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Do you mean the whole thing about how you thought if you married Caitlin, you would be entitled to her money and you'd be super rich? I heard her family has a tradition of giving newlyweds a lot of money as a present when they get married. I guess you knew that too. And that's why you wanted to get married.
That's not the whole story.
So is it that when you started hanging out with your grandpa, he somehow convinced you to use the money that you would get when you married Caitlin to help rescue him from bankruptcy? You thought that if you were married to Caitlin, you could just spend her money however you wanted, didn't you?
Hey, how do you know stuff like that?
It seems like you know what I'm talking about. I must be pretty close to the truth.
That's fine though, isn't it? When people get married, they share their money.
Not business people like Caitlin's family. They're much more likely to check they're marrying the right people. I wouldn't be surprised if you had to sign a prenup, even if you were getting married because you loved each other. But that wasn't the case with you, was it? And you're not getting married at all now, so I guess you don't have to worry about that anyway.
Why should anyone have the right to tell me how to spend my wife's money? Anything a wife has belongs to her husband.
Oh, there it is. Now I know how you really feel. Where did you get those ideas from? I never taught you to think like that. Is that your grandfather's way of talking?
I don't know. It's true though.
Not in this day and age. But I suppose since I brought you up, I must not have taught you right from wrong properly. Now you can't tell the difference between traditional values and sexism.
I don't remember you ever teaching me anything. You just made me poor and ashamed of you with your trashy job.
So you still think all the money for your school books and clothes and stuff just came out of mom and dad's life insurance? Oh, you are so deluded.
It's the truth.
No, it's not. You're being lied to. And you are so gullible if you believe someone like your grandfather. What is it about him that makes you think he's trustworthy? His business is constantly in debt, and he never pays his staff. If we had gone to live with him, he probably would have made us work for him for free. You wouldn't have gone anywhere near college, let alone business school.
What do you mean?
Let me tell you one thing. Even before mom and dad died in that car accident, we were poor. Of course, they didn't have huge life insurance policies.
You can't be serious.
I'm pretty sure I told you once that mom and dad were both employed at our grandfather's company, didn't I? I think they were both brought up not to question their parents. Anyway, Grandpa took advantage of the fact that they wouldn't argue with him, and he never paid them much more than the bare minimum. And I know he probably told you that I got a big life insurance payout when mom and dad died, but that is not the case at all. Grandpa was the main beneficiary of mom and dad's life insurance, so that and whatever savings they had went to him. He spent the money straight away on his company and holding a completely unnecessarily lavish funeral for them. He was supposed to be holding the money in trust for when we were old enough to inherit, but there wasn't anything by the time he had finished with it.
How was that possible? Why didn't you do anything about it?
Oh, don't try and make this my fault, Harry. I was a child too. I was only 16 and I'd just lost my parents. I trusted Grandpa and he let us down. Maybe if I'd been a bit older, I could have done something to stop him, but I was in shock and grieving. He took advantage of that and spent the money before I could notice what he was doing.
Why would he do something like that?
He was always that kind of person. He's been manipulating you ever since you were little. That's why I try to keep you away from him. In the end, I realized his plan was probably to make us work for his company when we were old enough to, so I did what I could to stop it. I dropped out of high school and I got a job and left their house, and when I was old enough, I became your legal guardian and brought you with me. But it was difficult for me to watch out for you when you started growing up and forming your own opinions. I guess that's why we got into this situation.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I've tried having this conversation with you a couple of times before. Don't you remember?
You have?
Yeah, but I never got very far because you'd already started to judge me and look down on me, so you never gave me a chance to explain. I wish I'd noticed what was happening sooner. I just assumed that you would know I was working so hard for your benefit.
Damien, I'm sorry, bro.
But never mind that. You're a grown man now. You make your own choices and live with the consequences. You should consider what you want to do now and take care of it yourself.
You mean you're not gonna help me out with this?
No, you don't need me. It'll be better in the long run. I'll leave you to sort it out alone.
Wait, Damien? Damien, I really need your help. I'm getting forced to quit my job. I don't know what to do. I didn't know Caitlin's father's company was about to take over the company I work at. My boss said he can't have someone like me around at such an important time, and he heard from Caitlin's dad that I'm not a reliable or responsible person. He said he would give me the chance to quit first, but if I don't hand in my notice tomorrow, he'll fire me. I was thinking you'd probably be able to help me out, so I told him that I thought that I deserved more respect, and he got mad. So I left to try and find you. But where are you? I went round to our old place, and the lady who lives next door says that you moved out a week or so ago. So then I tried to call your boss and see if he knew where you moved to, but he said you didn't work for him anymore, and he had no idea where you are. Hello? Where have you gone? Oh, I really need your help. I'm in so much trouble right now.
I thought about it a lot, but eventually I decided it was best for me and my brother to go our separate ways. Actually, I'd been talking with Emily, my friend from school, about coming to work with her at her company in Seattle. So around about the time that my brother got fired from his work, I moved to Seattle to start my new life there. It was the first time I had ever been out of my hometown. I still sometimes hear about my brother from my old school friends back home. I think when he lost his job and he didn't know what to do, he tried to move in with our grandparents for a while. But my grandfather, being who he is, I think he let my brother stay a few nights and then started asking for rent and money for bills and stuff, so my brother went elsewhere. And now I hear that my grandfather's business is going bankrupt because he took out too many loans and couldn't repay them. I don't know what they're gonna do now, and I couldn't care less. Our grandparents basically abandoned us in our time of need, so I feel no sympathy for them at all. But my grandfather was always really good at manipulating people, so I think it's likely my brother is working and looking after them both. After the whole affair with Caitlin, her father badmouthed Harry all over town, and it became really difficult for him to get a good job. I heard he worked at the gas station for a while, and now he's a garbage collector. Which I think is hilarious, because he probably smells worse than I ever did in my construction days. But he has a college education, so probably if he can save up a little bit of money to move into the city, he might be able to get his life back on track. But it's his life. I'm not taking responsibility for him anymore. I'm just excited to finally feel like I don't have to worry about anyone other than myself. I never really had time to grieve my parents properly because I had to look after Harry. And I had to grow up really quickly and get straight out in the world to work. So for a while, I'm just gonna concentrate on getting to know the real me. I'm excited to walk my own path for the first time. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.